Yesterday we had, I think, only the second acid attack here. Happened in Chinatown. And of course, because of the kind of state this is, they won't tell you what kind of person it is. Which is ridiculous. I mean, that would help a lot, right? But they won't do it. And in this case, obviously, we know why. The guys described as 6 foot, and that's about it. And then they go into clothes he was wearing, and he had a do-rag on. So it's like, okay, well, if we didn't, I mean, we knew anyway, right? That was the last. The last one, I think, was forget who did it. I don't think it was an African guy though, but it was some fucking crazy fucking dude. I forget the whole story behind that one. That was a couple of years ago. But the acid attacks is something that primarily plagues the third world. Don't have a lot of acid attacks here in the West. It just doesn't seem to happen. And it was just a random thing. Just tossed acid at him on his face, on this guy's face. And after that, I'm looking at Ireland, because they're going through, we're all going through the same thing right now in Richmond. And it's the Jews just sending these people into an area that they know they're not going to be able to assimilate with. And it's going to just cause chaos and misery and death and all the stuff you see that come along with it. It's them doing it, I mean, whatever. I know you're not supposed to say this kind of thing, but, whatever. It's true, it's true. Over in Ireland, they have to start doing some stuff over there. They have to start doing some dirty work. Because they don't usually put up with this stuff over there, and they don't. They fought back the most out of all of Europe, and even more so than here in the West. I mean, I remember when I was living with some Irish friends of mine. I remember this guy Paul and Barry, their brothers, fucking tons of crazy stories about them. But I was living with all these Irish guys who are over here on work visas trying to get citizenship. That's a whole nother fucking story. If you come to this country and you're white and you want to work, your chances of getting a citizenship thing is fucking almost nil, because you have no use to them. If you can take care of yourself, you have enough money to get by, you don't need the government for anything, well then they don't need you, because they can't make you do stuff. When they own you, when they pay for your housing and your food and your entire life, then you're gonna do what they want you to. That's just how it is. Gotta get my girl cigarettes over here. Yeah, it's just the way it is. I mean, everybody can see it. Everybody knows it. Cake is on the fucking table. Hey, Odd.
Oh, thank
you. For later. Yeah. Have a good day. Yeah. So they have to start. They will start doing something. I mean, ask the British. How things turn out over there. But the problem is, in places like here, like Hawaii, they'll just take it. They'll take it because they're afraid of being called racist. And understand, stupid white people, especially you liberal people, they would do this to you for no reason. Like, as long as there's more of them and they can get away with it, they would do the same exact thing to you. And I know people will hear that and go, racist. Well, you're going to find out. You're going to find out. And by then it'll be too late. They have this idea, these people think like, oh, I'm then going to be an ally. And you fight for them and they help cover up their evil bullshit and the terrible stuff they do. And then they expect like they're going to hang out with them or something. Like you're going to be invited to the barbecue. It's like, yeah, you're going to be invited to the fucking barbecue, but you're going to be the fucking barbecue, So, I mean, I have no sympathy for people like that. And the problem is they help exasperate the problem by covering up for the deeds these people do. They make the situation worse. They enable it, Because the people doing this stuff, that's just how they are. That's just what they do. You look in their own countries, and it's madness, death, depravity. Look at Africa. They don't have there's no such thing as rape over there. The only time you see rape is in the government billboards when they try to get people not to do it. but they don't. It's not culturally. It's not something. Isn't a thing that they have. To them, it's just sex. It's not rape. It's not. It's just the boys want to be boys, and they will be boys. You don't repair that. That's nothing you can change. You can't change that. So the thing is, you just have to live separate from people like that. You have to separate yourself from them, or you're going to end up, being beaten up by a mob. But unfortunately, I think it's too late for people to figure this out. You just have to kind of watch your own area. Try to take care of your family. That security system thing I do when certain individuals walk by. It's a joke, of course, but it's also true, because you have people here that will just on a whim just start fucking hacking at your head with the fucking screwdriver for no reason, and they won't know why. And if you catch them and ask and try to get the answer about why they did it out of them, they won't give it to you, because they can't give it to you because they don't fucking know. It's a real scary situation. You got to study the brain and the difference between people, because there's a vast difference between the way one person is interpreting the world around them to the way another one is. And like again, I said, I think it's too late for people to figure that out. There's not going to be any change, because the system pushes for this. They want this, they want this for everyone. It's so nice to have like a positive interaction with the cashier. How you doing? Good. How are you? That'll be whatever it is, 19, whatever. There you go. Thank you. Have a good day. Yeah, you too. Yeah, you got like one of those and nine others of weirdness, hostility, aggression. It's just how it is. I think it's how it is everywhere. People just like that now. I think that, COVID changed a lot of stuff here, but it changed a lot of stuff everywhere. I start seeing a lot of videos now about people saying, people are just different now, and they are. There was a lot of stuff that went on there that was it was a ritual done on a population. A massive scale, and it's a satanic one. What you do is you take the initiate and you separate them, and then the second part of it was you change their environment while they're separate, right? And then the third part of it is you reintroduce them back into the new environment. At the time, I did a video about it with I got all the information. Did a video where where I put things on screen so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm not going to do that here. I'm just basically going to give you a rundown on what it was. Sometimes you get trapped in people's orbit where they won't get away from you and you can't get away from them. So I'm just going to sit behind this post here and let that fucking thing go where it's going. But yeah, it's a satanic, specifically satanic ritual. I forget what it's fucking called. I'll try to look for it and put anything on the screen. But I did a whole video in detail about exactly what it was while COVID was going on. So it settled science. Oh God, these same people I'm in the same orbit with. These are guys I was trying to get away from earlier. They were just acting real weird and doing random stuff. Like just now, like that. He's like, hi. I'm like, no. Not getting involved in your weird random shit. Yeah, I noticed they were like just yelling at random people and stuff. Just looking for trouble. They look like tracksuit fucking vampires from Romania or something. Yeah, white people can be just as bad as black people in certain parts of the country. I'm always getting down on the black people coming from Africa and stuff, but there's a lot of white retards that come from some of these weird fucking countries that act like that. They're just like looking for trouble. There's not as many, of course, but they're out there too. Earlier, I think I mentioned this nervous breakdown I had. I I labeled the last couple of videos pre-nervous breakdown edition because I hadn't had it yet. It's not a nervous breakdown. You apparently you only get one nervous breakdown. This is what the mental health people tell me. You can only have one. After that, it's just like regular mental breakdowns. I don't know. That's just what they say. Everybody gets one when it comes to nervous breakdowns. But what happened yesterday was a series of little things that just fucking added up all at once, you know. It's like they set traps for you. And by they, I mean, you know, the satanic forces that are at war with you, and they absolutely are. Spiritual warfare. And people think it's stupid, like to think, well, what do you mean they hid your keys? No, that shit really does happen. It's not like they sit around and go, hey, we gotta hide his keys. It's like a series of traps with triggers. There's actually a biblical reference that says, what is it? I forget. May my enemies fall into the traps they have prepared for me. It was in a prayer. But anyway, yeah, the thing you're fighting against isn't beholden to time in the same way you are. They can take as long as they want or as quick as they want to do things, because when you operate outside of time, which is anything outside of this 3D area we're in right now, you fucking gotta do what you want. So it's never a big thing, and they always used to say that mental health thing is, you know, clinicians and workers in that field always say it's never like a big thing that happens. It's usually a little thing that sets off the trigger, you know, because it's just a buildup. Because you can only hold so much inside. So even though the thing that sets you off might have been a stupid thing, like you can't find your socks, it's enough to put you past the tipping point to lose your fucking mind. So I lost my fucking mind. I think with me, what happened was, I don't even know if I can explain it. But these things used to go on. I used to have these kind of instances a lot. They slowed down over time, and since I've been in Hawaii, they rarely happen. They rarely happen. I think the best way to describe it is I kind of lose control, where someone else just starts driving the fucking body, but I'm still around to see what's going on. A separation from, you know, I'm just kind of watching what's happening. I guess that is the best way to describe it. And I'll, you know, and I just kind of fucking freak out. So it's not the first time I've done this. It's really embarrassing, and I don't know why I feel like I have to share this with you, because I don't have to. But here we go. I just trashed my fucking house, the bat cave up there. I fucking built the gorilla nest in the middle of the fucking room. I just took everything and piled it into one big pile, one big gorilla nest. You know, what I think that the thing that launched me into that point, and this is the amazing thing, is I had a Bible open because I was talking in it. I was reading from it as, you know, this was happening, because this thing was a long process. Like, I just started with one thing, went to another thing, and I felt like I was under attack, because I absolutely was. So I start reading from the Bible. I have prepared pages that are good for that kind of thing. Psalm 23 is a good one to read. So I had that open, and I was reading from it. I put it down, and at the same time, I'm doing house chores. I'm like cleaning the house, which is ironic because I would fucking destroy it shortly after this. And I wanted to wash the floor underneath where the bed is. So I pulled up all the bedding, moved it all over, and then I had a bottle of like cleaning spray, and I wanted to like I was spraying the floor, but it was just taking too long that way. So I'm like, I'm just gonna open it and let it and sprinkle it on the floor. And when I sprinkled it on the floor, I let it go too hard or too quick. It flicked back and landed right in the Bible. All this soapy liquid fucking cleaning thing. And it's like I looked at the pages, I could just see them fucking dissolving, you know? And that was it. I was like, these motherfuckers got me to destroy my own Bible. Or one of my own Bibles. It was my favorite Bible, too. So anyway, after that, it gets a little patchy. You know, a lot of destruction. You just like, you just snap, and I snapped, you know. Just went for a walk. I went down to India's work and saw her. Oh yeah, my phone stopped working. That was another thing too. My phone bricked up, and also I lost my pad, my Samsung pad. I don't know. We still can't find it. So all these things, you know, and a bunch of other stuff too. So I just went for a walk to get some air. Went and saw me at work. I'm like, really sorry, but I turned the house into a gorilla nest. And she's like, no problem, as long as you're okay. You know, she's dealt with this kind of thing in the past, and it's really fucking stupid. It's like a frustrated child, you know, or African. You know, you go crazy and you just wreck your own shit. It's fucking stupid. It's regretful. It's embarrassing. So she came up for work and we just chilled out. Things I do to get me back down to normal. But the thing is, so I'm cleaning everything up. The house is almost exactly what it was before. So it's all good there. Nothing got broken. I think, I'm pretty sure nothing got broken. So I go over to the Bible and I was telling him, like, yeah, I fucked up the Bible. I didn't mean to. It destroyed it. You know, I could see the water going through it. I remember at one point picking it up and seeing like words kind of melting off. Because the Bible's like, as nice as they are on the outside, a lot of them have this very, very, very paper thin paper, very low quality paper. And I think that's how they're able to sell them at a lower price, or, you know, whatever it is. I think that's, you know, almost every Bible I have is like this. You know, and I'm sure I could find ones with really thick paper and stuff, but, you know, the way I buy Bibles is when I run into them. Like if I'm at a store and I happen to see one, I'm just like, oh wow, cool. You know, I don't have that one. How you doing? And so this was it was my favorite one. So I was bummed, right? And I pick it up to show her. I'm like, oh yeah, I fucked this one up. Just put through the pages. Like, what the fuck? And she's like, what? I'm like, this is fine. Put through the pages. She's like, well, that looks like there's a little like dried out from, like, you got it wet and then dried it. You know, some of the pages are like that. Very minor like damage. I started looking around, I'm like, wait a minute, this was the Bible, right? Because all the other Bibles I have were still in their spot. They're still on their shelf. So I'm like, I swear this thing was fucked up. I fucked this up really bad. I didn't mean to, and this is what made me freak out. And she's like, yeah, well, you know, don't worry about it. The fucking Bible repaired itself, man. I know how that sounds. But I know what I saw. I know what it looked like before I left the house, when I was just having a fucking African / 8-year-old freak out. And I fucked it. And it fixed itself. Really weird. Really weird. We've seen that kind of thing happen, though. I remember Notre Dame when they burned that place down. They went in there after the fire, and the crucifix was standing tall, unhurt. So yeah, God takes care of his own stuff, which is good. And now, just like nothing, it's just, I close it up and put it right back into the fucking space where it was on the shelf before. Now I know, you know, who knows if you know, I don't care if people believe me or not, I really don't give a fuck, but that's just what happened. You know, I think that's a lot of what goes on this channel. I don't care if people believe me. I really don't give a fuck. But this is what happened. That'd be a good name for it. Or a good bio for it. Yeah, so I calmed myself down. The rest of the day was okay. You know, what sets in after that is sort of like the shame. Like you just feel like you're an idiot. Why did I do that? Why did I freak out? There was a lot of other things too. It wasn't just making the gorilla nest, but it was like a breakdown. Like a, you know, I very rarely have these anymore. But it still happens once in a while. And the whole thing about it was that fucking the self-repairing Bible. Really weird, man. You know, I'm used to weird stuff in my life. You know, it's whatever you call it, supernatural, paranormal. You know, it's been going on for a long time. But something like that's always like, wow. Like that was like a real fucking miracle. You know, as far as I'm concerned. I want to to recognize that what we just witnessed is a miracle. Looks into the back seat. Don't you think that was a miracle? That was a good movie. It was degenerate and fucked up and, you know, whatever, but what it was. I don't watch stuff like that anymore. I really can't watch anything. I can't watch movies. Like, it's really hard to get through one because I see all the symbolism and I see all the stuff that they're trying to fucking put in my head. And it's just the rabbit and the assistant and the fucking hat, you know. You know what I'm saying? Well, thanks for checking in on me. And hopefully we'll see you again real soon. Until next time, don't blame the teacher, blame the school.